Hey folks, Nitno here, back with some helpful tips to picking perks in 7 Days to Die. Keep in mind, you can respec in this game. The skill points you choose now can be reset with an item called Grandpa's Forgotten Elixir. This can be purchased from the trader for 6,000 dukes, which sounds like a lot right now, but as you progress into the game, that price becomes more manageable. Next, you should know that picking skill points will influence what magazines drop for you. Magazines are how you learn new crafting recipes. When you pick a perk, you're more likely to get a related magazine to drop. Alright, now to the fun part. Let's dive into picking perks. First off, I'd suggest simply picking a primary weapon you want to go with and putting 2 or 3 points into it. For example, I enjoy using Spear. Putting a couple points into Spear Master is going to make fighting zombies easier because I'll be doing more damage right away by using those points. Now let's work our way through the main competences. Each of these skills I'm going to talk about, you could put 1 point into to get you started and see how you like it. Penetrator. This skill has its uses. It will help you with armored zombies that you'll start to encounter around day 14. This does pair nicely if you decided to go with Spear as your starter melee weapon. Next up in the Perception tab is Lucky Looter. This is another skill you might want to check out. Where this skill really shines is that it makes you loot 10% faster with that 1 point. This might not sound overpowered, but considering how much looting you'll be doing, it really just makes the game feel much quicker, and looting feels less of a time sink. All those little seconds you're saving start to add up. I'd say this is a solid quality of life perk to put a point into. Next up, we have Strength. Let's look at Miner 69er. You're going to be doing a lot of material gathering in your time playing 7 Days to Die. This perk will help you farm faster and more efficiently. Next, we have Master Chef. Here is another great quality of life perk that will greatly reduce the need to sit around and wait. Even just 1 point in this skill will greatly speed up cooking time, and you'll use less ingredients to cook food. Lastly in this tab we have Heavy Armor. One of the main reasons I'd consider taking a point in these perks is to increase the magazine drop rate for armor magazines. Doing so is going to speed up the rate you progress through armor and put you in a situation where you are crafting better armor sooner. Moving on to Fortitude. The perk Rule 1 Cardio. This is a great skill to pick up as it can often get you out of tough situations where you need that extra stamina. Sometimes the safest way out of a situation is to simply run from it. That is where the skill can really save you. Moving on to Living Off the Land. Only pick up this perk if you intend to farm. You don't have to. This is going to help you get the most out of your food. You can likely skip this perk, but I figured I'd mention it for those of you that like farming, or you might be in a group and you want to be the farmer of that group. With that said, even 1 point in Living Off the Land will double what you gather from plants. You could scale this up with a nicely sized farm, and you can really make this a solid way to manage food. Agility. Parkour is a skill I really like. This is where things can get really interesting, and this is the reason why so many players pick up parkour. Placing 2 points into parkour will allow you to jump 2 blocks in height. Here's where it can really shine. If you get cornered by a zombie, you can simply jump over them. Another helpful situation is jumping onto a wall that you can hit zombies from, but they cannot hit you. Parkour is points well spent in my opinion. It can easily increase your survivability. Next we have Hidden Strike. Here is another skill that just about any playstyle can find useful. Finding sleeping zombies at points of interest are very common. Hidden Strike will allow you to neutralize these threats before you even start combat. Engage a target using stealth by crouching, and use a ranged attack to deal heavy damage. Intellect. Let's start with Better Barter. This perk is going to take some more advanced tricks to get the most out of, and it might be beyond beginner territory. To put it in simple terms though, this perk really shines when combined with other barter buffing items. That includes items like sugar candy that will give you plus 10 bartering for 10 minutes, and pumpkin cheesecake, which will give you plus 5 bartering for 5 minutes. Add any other buffs with the Better Barter perk, and you can really see a big difference. Like I said though, this is a little more complicated. It might be better to revisit when you have more hours in the game. The Daring Adventurer. One of the major advantages here is that it will improve the loot stage of items found on the trader. You do also get more dukes from missions, which is great, but the increased quality of items you can purchase from the trader really makes this a nice perk to pick up. And we have Physician. Dropping 1 point in Physician is not a bad idea. It's not the most overpowered point you'll spend, but it is rather nice to heal sprains with a splint or cast instantly. You do also heal yourself faster, which is a nice quality of life perk. Alright, if you made it to the end, leave a simple yo in the comments. Check out my next video on the left, subscribe to the channel, and snipe the like button. Thank you, and have an awesome day. Peace.